Should I pray when I don't feel like it? Should I go to synagogue when I'm just not inspired? Sometimes I feel deeply spiritual. My heart naturally wants to turn to God. Sometimes something good happens and I want to thank the one above. If I need help, I'll run to a synagogue and ask God for assistance. But what about the days when I don't feel any of that? When I'm just not in the mood? Sure, I could drag myself to a synagogue, open my prayer book, and start mumbling the words. But what's the point? Will it even be real? I'll just do some lip service. Well, our prayers today are modeled after the service in the temple. That's why we call them services. And the clothing of the high priest who led the services in the temple actually give us a clue about what to do on the days when I don't feel inspired. As a part of his ritual uniform, the high priest wore two things: choshen mishpat, a breastplate over his chest, and ephod, a kind of backwards half apron tied around his waist, but it was draping down his legs in the back and it was closing in the front. Those two garments were connected with straps in the front and the back. And the Torah specifically instructs us that they must never be detached, ever, even when he would take them off. Why? Kabbalah teaches that every person has two sides to himself: a creative, inspired side and disciplined, structured side. Think of it as a left brain and right brain in modern terms. Everybody has both, but usually one of them dominates. That's why creative people are often disorganized and highly disciplined people may not be as artistic. The high priest's garments represent these two sides. A breastplate sits near the chest in the front, where we engage in creativity and inspiration. The half apron covers the legs in the back, where the body is doing steady, monotonous work, the foundation that carries everything else. So we have here inspiration on one side and discipline on the other side. Creativity on one side, structure on the other side. And here's the point. Usually inspiration is spontaneous. Every actor, musician, and singer, and artist know that feeling. Sometimes you just don't feel like performing. You wish you could tell your audience, sorry guys, go home, come back later when I will feel inspired. But life doesn't wait for inspiration. Deadlines happen and show must go on. The Torah tells us that inspiration and discipline must always be tied together. A prayer is a form of art. It needs inspiration, but we also have to learn to inspire ourselves on demand. We have to master structured creativity. So, when you are not in the mood to pray, should you still go to synagogue? Well, should a singer who doesn't feel inspired tell his audience to go home? Or maybe he should still go onto the stage. And you know what? Often, during the act, you have this inspiration coming. And this could happen both with a performer on the stage and with you in a synagogue.